Senior veterinarian at the Johannesburg Zoo, Michelle Barrows, says it has been extremely difficult caring for the 802 snakes, lizards, frogs, and millipedes that were abandoned at OR Tambo International Airport last month.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been a bit of a logistical nightmare for us trying to sort out all these animals, get them all housed appropriately, and just the getting them fed and clean. I mean, our quarantine unit normally might have sort of 5 or so reptiles in, and suddenly we had 650. So we've had a lot of help.
Even the zoo's kitchen has been transformed into temporary housing for the Madagascan animals, and Honda has donated a generator to keep the heat lamps powered so the reptiles don't die during load shedding. The animals were being exported from Madagascar and were only supposed to make a stop in Johannesburg on their way to an exotic pet distributor in the Czech Republic. But the shipping agent, Ray Candy, left the animals unattended at the airport for 5 days.
I think it was the 6th of March, we had this call from the SPCA saying they discovered this shipment of animals at the airport that had been stuck there for at least several days with no food or water. And it was obvious from the smell coming from the crate that a lot of these animals had died.
Barrows says that the Madagascar president has reacted by halting all exports of animals from his country, and that the exporter is being prosecuted. The 450 surviving animals are awaiting their fate at the Johannesburg Zoo, while lab tests are being run to test their health. Barrows says there could be major problems if they are returned to the wild in Madagascar.
There is a small possibility that they could have contracted this fungus from the substrates that they've been kept on. And although the risk is very, very small, were we to inadvertently return infected amphibians to the wild in Madagascar, where they have some amazing indigenous frogs that are not found anywhere else, it would be an unbelievably disastrous outcome, because in theory we could cause all of Madagascar's native amphibians to go extinct.
Nevertheless, Brenda Santon, manager of the wildlife unit at the National Council of Societies for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, says the SPCA wants the animals to be released into their native habitat. The SPCA is paying the zoo about 5,000 rand each week to provide care for the animals until they can be sent home or elsewhere.
450 maybe at the moment that are still alive. Most of them have died, and this is largely due to stress. NSPCA would like to see them return to Madagascar, back into the wild where they belong.
While trading wild animals for pets is widespread and illegal animal trading is a multi-billion-dollar business in South Africa, Gauteng State Veterinarian Dr. Darren Petty says that it's not all bad.
What's causing species to go extinct, 99% of it is habitat destruction. So if you can cause an animal to be a commodity, which sounds really awful, but if you can cause an animal to be a commodity, it's more likely that its habitat and it will be preserved.
Stuart Maseko, the zoo's hospital assistant who has been working with quarantined animals for 3 years, says that education about animals and the pet trade is the only thing that will save animals like those abandoned at the airport.
Educated about the animals in their country. Yeah. To them it's just like funny, or they make a living with it, but then they must know if they do this. You imagine how many animals died in this shipment. That's a lot. So if they can do that in Madagascar, it's just an island. So if they can do such a shipment in 10 years' time, some of the things they are going to, there'll be no more again.
The SPCA is taking legal action against the shipping agent, who has reportedly abandoned at least 3 other shipments of animals in the last month.
Because those animals were abandoned, they were without care, without watering and feed, and that we just don't condone that at all. We're taking steps, very strong steps. The case has been opened, and we're waiting for the South African police to deal with it.